Welcome to Busboy Millionaire. Hey, this is the first post. Um, so, what I'm going to do is tell you what Busboy Millionaire is all about, why I'm doing Busboy Millionaire, and what the first piece of Busboy Millionaire advice is going to be. So, what is Busboy Millionaire? It's my story. It's how I started investing in real estate. My experiences, the mistakes I made, the successes I had, lessons learned, and all that stuff that I hope that people can learn something from. Why am I doing Busboy Millionaire? Well, first, let's start. Why is it called Busboy Millionaire? It's called Busboy Millionaire because the first thing I did when I was in high school, one of the first jobs I had was a busboy. I was a busboy from 14 to about 19, and then I got a job in advertising. And I'm still a busboy at heart. I'm not that fancy. I'm always cleaning up around the house. But I still think that you don't have to be rich to invest in real estate. You don't have to have a ton of money. You can't even. I'm not saying you could be a busboy and have that money to invest, but the point is, you don't have to have a sophisticated education. You don't have to have a ton of money. You just have to have the drive to do it and the motivation to do it. And the millionaire part of it is, am I a millionaire? Yeah, I'm on paper. I still have a full-time job. I still could do more investing, but the whole point of it is that I think anyone can do it. If you get the right advice, you get the right help, you can do it. If I could do it, I dropped out of university, I think anyone could. And what's the piece of advice that I'm going to give in this first episode? It's going to be about taking a chance. You have to act. You have to do it. You can't just wait for the right time. It's never going to happen. I've talked to people over the last 20 years that want to invest and they hummed and hawed and they've never done anything. So, starting off. When I say, what's it all about? What is Busboy Millionaire? What you're gonna learn? You're gonna learn all this great stuff about investing in real estate. I'm in the house, the first house I ever bought. I bought it for $200,000 in 1998, and best investment I ever made. Structurally, the house is exactly the same as when I got it, and I learned a lot having this as the first house. I also learned that you should not pay extra for a chandelier, not that one, but you shouldn't pay extra for a chandelier when you're negotiating your first deal. But that's a whole other episode. Anyway, the big thing that I learned buying this first house was that you just need to get in there and get it. I bought it because I called off a wedding and I had some money and I was paying rent, and I realized my mortgage would be more than rent for a new place. No, sorry. I realized that I wanted to move out of my neighborhood, and to rent a new place was going to cost the same as a mortgage. So I said, well, why don't I just buy a house? And this was the house that I ended up buying. It wasn't fancy on the outside, but it was awesome on the inside, as you can see. It was the best thing I ever did, and it got me started in real estate. Because what happened was, later on, I started buying my neighbors. When I got more interested in real estate, my neighbors started to sell. And as they were selling, they asked me if I wanted to buy, and that's how I bought. So I just literally just bought one house after the other as things went up for sale. So that was the beginning. And after that, I learned a lot about landlording. I learned a lot about business. I learned a lot about real estate, even to the point that I actually got my real estate license. I got it because I thought if I got it, I could learn more about real estate and also get better deals, and maybe have a second career as a real estate agent. But I did that for a while on the side, but I stopped, which is another episode. But anyways, point being, this was the first place. You have to get started, and it doesn't matter where you start, you just have to take the chance. And going back to talking about the why, I'm doing Busboy Millionaire. The big why is because I want to give back. I feel like I've got some information that people can use, and I think they could do the same thing I did. Because it's not that hard. The hardest part is just jumping off and trying the first time. And I'm hoping that this will actually motivate somebody or inspire somebody to do the same thing, or inspire them to do something else in their life. And the other reason is we've had a tough year with my father-in-law. My brother-in-law passed away, and it made me realize, like, you know what, you don't know what's going to happen, and if you've got something you want to do, you got to take the chance and do it. And I don't care if I make a penny on this thing. All I care is I hope I inspire somebody, and I hope it improves their lives. And the last reason is leave something for my boys to embarrass them with one last time. And if they take the time to actually look at it, they'll understand why we did it, and hopefully maybe they could do this too, or find inspiration to do whatever they want to do. So going back to the piece of advice is, the thing I find that's the most challenging thing with folks is that they wait and they are trying to time the market. Everybody asks me, oh, Artie, is this the right time to do it? And there's never a right time to do it. If you just use some simple tools and buy smart, you will be ahead of the game. You can't time the market. 20 years ago, when I got this place, everybody was saying, oh, the market's going to crash in the next year, the next 2 years, the next 5 years. I read all these books about all these people, really smart people, smarter people than me, saying it's going to crash, and it didn't. And even today, people are going, well, I can't afford to be in Toronto. Good, great. Well, if you can't afford to be in Toronto, look for another market that you can afford to be in, keep renting here, buy a place somewhere else. Don't wait to time the market. You're never going to be able to time the market. It doesn't work that way. You have to act now. There's all kinds of options. There's like 10 different real estate investing options I can think of off the top of my head that you could probably get into that are not about buying an investment place, but you can still invest in real estate. People invest in different things. Stock, real estate, businesses. I get it. I don't know that much about stocks. We have a couple of other businesses on the side, but this is what I know. I'm not an expert, but I know enough after 20 years that I think I can offer some good advice. And the first piece of advice I can say is, don't wait to time the market. You have to get in now in some shape or form. And you have time to deal with corrections in the market, etc. So anyways, so that's the top line ideas that I want to throw out there right now. The what are we doing Busboy Millionaire for, why are we doing it, and a piece of advice. I hope this is the beginning of something that people are going to enjoy. And I'll keep doing stuff. Ask me questions, reach out, Tell me you like my beard. Whatever it is. Thanks. Bye.